Seems like ages since I've sat here and done a little video of the badgers. It's first two that I've just come down. Actually, you can probably see to the left of them, just a bit farther back, where they've been doing a bit of weeding for me. They've dug up all the cement between the flags. It needed doing anyway, and I was going to get someone to come around and chip it all out. Now they don't need to spend as much time doing it because a lot of it's been removed. Small price to pay. These little badgers are so clean, it looks like they've just been through a badger washing. Shampooed and dried. They're just the cutest little things ever. You may have seen off one of my posts, the red squirrels are all dying out. They've got the pox. I saw a couple of grey squirrels 2 or 3 weeks ago, and the grey squirrels carry the pox. It doesn't affect the grey squirrels, but once it gives it to red, it wipes out the entire colony. So unfortunately, I think I'm going to lose all my little daytime visitors. But, yeah, they're quite early tonight. There's not been a brilliant turnout the last few nights. I've been quite surprised, to be honest. In fact, I left a handful of cashew nuts on the deck, and just in case Biscuit turned up. I hadn't seen her for about a week, and they were still there this morning. In fact, it was the crows that ate them. Alexa, turn on light 3. You can't really see the rain there, but it's quite windy out there and raining. In fact, these something I never thought of when I got my new plants. There's quite a lot of them with sort of leaves like that, and it's activating the cameras every few seconds. So I've just been messing about trying to turn down the sensor on them. I don't want to turn it down too much, though, because the cameras can straight to the back of the woods and in really good detail, so they're there as a safety sort of system for the badgers, really. And if I turn off the motion sensors, I turn them down, it's not like to pick anything up in the woods. If it weren't too wet and windy, I'd have gone out there and sat in the chair, but it's just not worth risking for me with my mobility being bad. Well, saying that it's raining anyway. So what time do your badgers usually start turning up at? I love it when they lie down in the middle of the food, really chilled out. Yeah, mine have started coming as soon as it's dark, but I suppose it depends on the environment. I mean, I back straight onto the woods, so there's the chance of somebody walking on the woods at night. There is a path just about 30 metres back, and very occasionally somebody just walk past with a dog and a torch, but the chance of anybody going past is not good when it gets dark, so they feel quite confident. Although a couple of years, well, 2.5 years ago, when this all started for me, the 4 cubs used to come down every afternoon at 3 o'clock when it was sunny. And I'd never seen a badger before. And I thought, wow, badgers are the friendliest animals alive. And I used to sit there having tea parties with 4 cubs, not realising it was so unusual. Hi, Angela. And I thought you was coming down this neck of the woods about now. Oh, I don't know what scared them off. Yeah, they've unlegged it. Yeah, I think these will as well. To be honest, Angela's just come online. Angela's actually seen Biscuit and been stood inches from inches from 4 of the cubs when she came to visit him about 2.5 years ago, and in broad daylight. And remembering back that Angela, I had absolutely no idea how unusual it was. Something I'm surprised I don't get many of here. I've only ever seen one fox. Well, I've seen it twice in 4.5 years. And bear in mind that I look at the CCTV footage every morning when I get up, or whenever it comes up on my phone or my computer. I've only ever seen 2. One of them hung around for a few minutes eating the peanuts, and the other one was just walked past the camera. And it's really surprised me that. But there again, I think it's sort of standard practice for the farmers around here to shoot foxes, even if they haven't got animals on the land. And it flipping annoys me, to be honest. Tell you what, you can see they're putting the weight on for ready for winter. If that one carries on eating at that rate, it's not going to get in the hole. That would certainly block any drafts, won't it? I haven't seen some of the regular badgers for ages. I've not seen Biscuit for a week. I've not seen Biscuit's mum. Biscuit's mum is very easy to identify because she's got a half pink nose. And I've just not seen it. I have been spending a lot less time with the badgers. And I don't know whether that's because what's it with you? You're not telling me you've only just seen me. It's eating really fast. Yeah, you can usually tell when they're gonna go. Oh, Denise, you just missed it. There was 2 badgers, and now the last one's just cleared off. So you've missed that, unfortunately, and I can't see any others out there at the moment. So I'll just give it a few seconds to see if either of them comes back. Because sometimes when they disappear, it's because they can hear or smell another badger. And you start looking around, and about a minute later they turn up. So I'll just give it a minute just in case. And if they don't, at least I can go and eat my tea. Because I tell you what, these badgers certainly affect your eating times and your sleep times. Yeah, I wish I had it with fox. I mean, I get. Oh, there's another. Oh, I thought I'd just seen a badger, but I haven't. There's a few deer that come through. But again, I mean, one of the things that I didn't realise is just how many people have got guns in Scotland. And they go out hunting the deer and then they justify it. And they say, well, you know, if we didn't cull the deer, the rate that they breed, you know, they'd be stripping all the trees bare, forests won't grow, and all the rest of the stuff. And I'm not totally convinced of that, to be honest. I don't think anybody should be hunting them for sport. And at the end of the day, whichever way you look at it, it is sport. But they justify it as we eat it. Yeah, but that's what you got Tesco's and the Co-op for and all that kind of stuff. I know that they have to kill the animals, but the thing is, if everybody gets in on the act, and you know, talking to somebody the other day who was doing some work for me, and he was saying that he shot 4 at once and come back with 4, and I'm thinking of poor things. And every time the deer come through the woods here, there used to be a family of them, the male, female, and 2 babies. I used to see them every year, but this year I've seen the female and the young, one young, and that's it. And all the time I keep thinking, I bet they've been shot. You know, when COVID was on and nobody was allowed out, they used to come in the garden, and I could sit in here watching them, and they'd be a few feet away. And well, I'd say they weren't bothered. They was bothered if they'd moved, they'd have run off. But there was they were quite relaxed. And now that we're back to, I'd say normality, but I don't think the world's ever going to be normal again. The you know, it's completely different. And stroll on summer when I can start sitting out there again, or at least a couple of decent nights. But my poor squirrel tape. I mean, the poor squirrels, and I hope it doesn't kill them all off. It's the first time in 4 years that I've seen squirrel pox in these woods. And somebody was saying the other day on one of the local websites, oh, I was in that woods and I saw a dead squirrel on the floor and it looked like it had pox. And you're thinking, well, why did you not dispose of it so that it doesn't infect every other one? But you know, it's a common sense thing, isn't it? Yeah, it is actually. There's I got it from I think it was Garden Express. They should be 150 quid, but they reduced them to about 60 quid. And I got a couple of big cord line off them, and they was cheap. I got all sorts, and I got a bit mad. You know, I'm one of these people. If I won't get a dog, because if I get a dog, I'd have to have a kennel, I'd have to have a dog bed, I'd have to have a flipping spare bed in the bedroom for it to sleep on. You name it, I just go a bit OTT. And when I bought all these plants, you know, as soon as I saw something cheap, I can't get out there to plant them. I have to pay a handyman to plant them all for me. But I've got a lovely, you can't really see it from here, but I've got, oh, no you can't, oops, I've got a lovely rocker in the corner. I've just ordered a load of alpine plants. Oh, well, the speed that badger's just run down, I wonder. Biscuit? Biscuit? Nah, it's not Biscuit. I wish it was. If you turn round, I can usually tell by, oh, it's jumpy. A leaf's just landed on the floor and it's nearly ran off. I'm just trying to work out from, I wonder if that is Biscuit. Biscuit! She's not, I think it's a bit small for Biscuit. It's eating a bit fast, so it's a bit nervous, that one. Oops, I've just realised it's not on camera. Yeah, I can't remember what the name of the plant is, but I've got a lot of plants. I'm just waiting for the guy to come back and do a bit more decking, so I can actually get out now. And when this decking's been extended, I'll be able to get more or less into the middle of the garden safely. So when I get to this stage, oh crikey, when this electric wheelchair comes, hopefully I'll be able to nip around the decking in that. Although I'm dreading that. I wonder if that is Biscuit. Just Biscuit. If the thing is, if I open the door now, it runs off. But you know, there won't be any badgers there, so I'll just leave it a few minutes to let it get some food, and then I'll see. Biscuit? Biscuit? There's a possibility that it could be, actually. I need to shut this. I need to try and get up now and shut this kitchen door so the cat doesn't run out. She's all right with the badger, and the badgers are all right with her, but it's just the fact that she won't flipping come in for ages. She'll sit out there laughing at me while the porch is getting flooded. Right, I need to move that so I can try and stand up. So if you're at thump, you know I'm getting up once successful. This is the worst thing now. I'll get to by the time I've got to the door and shut the door, and then I've got to the porch door and open the porch door. If it's not Biscuit, it's going to run. So I just wasted 5 minutes of my life and risked breaking my neck. Oh, here we go. The cat's in the hall. No. Very happy because I'm out here talking to badgers. Well, that's half of it done, and I'm not dead yet. Oh, nearly. Right. Now it's time to find out whether this is Biscuit or not. I hope it is. Biscuit? We'll soon find out. Biscuit? Is that you? Is that a Biscuit? Well, usually a good way to find out whether it's Biscuit or not is to throw some nuts over it. Biscuit? It's not a Biscuit. Oh, it is Biscuit. Are you coming or not? Biscuit? I think they're a bit jumpy because it's windy and there's leaves keep dropping. Biscuit, are you coming or not? I'm not sure if that is Biscuit, but porch door's open anyway. She's not, and it's not run off, so that's a consolation. Biscuit. Oh no. I've just made a noise and it run off. See, it's alright with the sound of my voice and things, but as soon as you make a noise. I'll give it a few seconds, see if she comes back, or see if it comes back. It might not be Biscuit. Look at the tail, I think it wasn't. Well, that was a disappointment. I was pretty convinced it was her as well. But that's three have been at Ian's fast food restaurant so far tonight. Actually, I've just got some plants that I've just unpacked, and are on that table there, and there's a pink buddleia, and I've got that just so that it will attract the butterflies. It'll look unusual. There should be a lot of flowers on it when it starts growing, but it'll make a good backdrop for some of my photographs. And there's an awful lot of alpine plants for the rockery, and they were reduced from about £6 to £1 each. So I thought, yeah, I'll get some of them. So I ended up getting 10 lots of those. Being Mr. OCD, I can't have an odd number, so I just ordered loads. Yeah, I've got some beautiful buddleia in the garden. Some massive purple ones. They're really bright purple as well. But the ones that, and in fact I've got 2 multicoloured ones as well, with 3 different colours on. But they're taking so long to grow those. And what else have I got? I wanted, there was like a royal red one, I think it was, which I wanted, but they're out of stock at the moment, where on the website I looked at, which is a shame. But I've cut down, because I put the decking down, I've had quite a lot of flowers taken out, so there's less sort of pollen and stuff for the bees, so I'm just trying to replace it with more than I've actually removed. I did think if the buddleia establishes itself, I think what I might do is cut loads of it. Well, take loads of cuttings and try and grow it on, and then just put loads and loads behind the wall there. I know there's an awful lot of I do get an awful lot of bees, and we've got some local beekeepers, so I need to do my bit. Got a couple of Christmas trees I've got in the garden. One of my neighbours, when I first moved in, there's a couple of neighbours helped me. It was very, very helpful. A couple of the local ladies that lived around the corner, and one of them said, "Get a Christmas tree, you miserable git." So I did, and there's 2 Christmas trees planted in the garden now, and they've really established themselves. Yeah, I used to buy real Christmas trees. Then I just thought, well, why am I doing this? Why am I letting them grow and then kill them and stuff? So I bought one of these half whiskey barrels, which I used as a photo prop. So I used to get the badgers standing on and put the food on top of them. But then I used that to plant one of the Christmas trees in that was reduced to half price at the local. I don't know what it is actually. It's some gardens up here. So I planted it in that, and actually it's just big enough now and it's massive, that barrel. And I've got another two. Well, I've got another full-size barrel in the garden, not in the garden, the garage, which I've got to put in, and two sherry ones, which are a lot smaller, which I keep saying I'm going to rub down and put some varnish or something on it so they look better for the photographs. But I'm just so knackered with MS, I can't even get in the garage, never mind rub them down, so they'll probably end up staying there till forever, just wasting space. Well, I suppose at least they'll be dry. It's getting a bit drafty now with the door blocking. Well, with the door open. It's probably just me being a wimp, I think. Freezing now. I keep saying I'm going to tie a piece of string to that flipping door, and so I can just sit here and pull it when I get cold. Pull the door closed when I'm cold. I keep looking to see if I can find some kind of remote control device which sort of opens it and closes it. And because I struggle with my mobility, quite a lot of my house runs like that. Some of my curtains close when I tell them to close. Most of the lights in the house are like that. And it just makes life so much easier. It's not a case of being bone idle. It's just, you know, for me to walk through to the living room is, you know, although it's not that far for most people, you know, it can be a killer for me when I'm struggling. So yeah, and it usually gives people a laugh when they come around and have not seen it before. When you turn all your lights on and open the curtains, and I've got you know, I've got that much stuff on that's voice activated. If I died and somebody took over the house tomorrow, they're not going to be able to get anything to work. I keep thinking I'm going to put my heating on next, because the amount of times that I end up going to bed and then realising I've left the heating on. No. But yeah, oh crikey, it's pretty good actually. But when I went into hospital with COVID, a couple of the neighbours came and looked after the cat in the house, and they didn't. I don't think they realised that the curtains are on voice activated, so they tried yanking them open, which broke half the flipping hooks off or pulled them out. And I thought, no, it's all you need when you come back from Australia. It's a big window as well. It's a really big window. It's like one of them picture windows. And just trying to think what else I've got on it. I've got all sorts. Anything to make life a little bit easier. Or I suppose it's not. It's also giving me the independence as well that I need. Yeah, just wish it. I won't mind a conveyor belt that, you know, gets me between all the rooms and stuff. That would make life a lot easier. Alexa, turn off light 3. Alexa, barrel off. Don't bother then. Alexa, barrel off. Oh wow! It looks like it's dark outside now. You turn a couple of them lights off, and see what these security cameras and the lights don't have attract spiders and cobwebs. I'm just looking around now. No wonder the cameras are getting activated every few minutes. with the spider's web blowing about and spider running up and down. In fact, there was one the other day, and it must have been right on the camera lens, and I've got some big monitors on my desk, and I fell off my flipping chair when this thing ran past. You suddenly end up with like a 30-inch spider in front of your eyes. You can see, I don't know how well you can see that because there's a lot of reflection. In fact, it might be Alexa, light 2 off. Well, that made no difference whatsoever. That's the patch that's getting done next. So as soon as that's done, I should be able to get into the middle of the garden. And it's a shame actually, because when I got here 4 years ago, I was bad, but at least I could hobble about on one stick. And but now there's no chance of me getting up the garden. It's a shame because there's some beautiful, I don't know what you call it really. There's granite outcrops or something sticking up in the garden, which would make some, you know, if it was cleaned up or food was put in certain places, it would make some wonderful photographs. But I just can't get up there to do that. Right, I need to try and get up now, and I can't see any of the badgers, so I need to get up and go and make my tea anyway. So I think I'm going to go. So I hope your badgers turn up and they're all safe, and I shall see you later. The rocks are great actually. They're fantastic. But when my friend came around to dig the last bit out for the final, well, I keep saying, I think the guy who keeps coming putting the decking down for me, I think he's getting a bit fed up with me, and I've had that much done, and this is an add-on. But the guy who was digging it out, as soon as he started digging it out, we realised that this granite outcrop was sticking up about 3 inches higher than the granite. We didn't realise than the decking. We didn't realise until it was dug out, and I thought it was. I couldn't say I was going to do it, and he said, "Look, I'll bring down the one of them pneumatic drill type things." And I thought, "There's no way this is going to work," and actually it did. But it's taken out there probably 2 or 3 tons of granite, and he hasn't made a dint on it. Just what I intended to do was on that bit what I've just showed you. Was going to put a sunken pool in for the animals, and then get the decking done over it so it looked like it was part of the decking. And I couldn't turn around to this guy and say, "Look, I need you to dig it 18 inches deep." And I couldn't believe how much granite is taken out of there. And then it's the expense of getting it all moved, and you know, some of the rocks that this guy picked up, I don't know how he did it, but they must have been about the same weight as me. And you know, I wouldn't have attempted it, but you know, nowadays, I mean, just for a small skip up here, it's about 250 quid. And then you've got to pay for the labour for somebody to do it and all the rest of the stuff, and it's just never ending. So I've decided I can stick with the original pond, which you can't see anymore, which is the other side behind the garage. And I'll have to have a rethink about that. Maybe what I intended to do was have a header pool and then a stream coming down, because my garden's a perfect slope for it, and having that going into the pond. But when you realise that your house is built on granite, there's absolutely no way that's going to happen. So anyway, right, I'm going to go. I'm going to stop whittering on. So I shall see you later, and have a pleasant evening. Yeah, I was lucky with that, because somebody was selling it on Facebook for 50 quid, and I thought, there's no way I can get it here, because it's 6 foot across. And he says, "Oh, I've got the works van, so I'll bring it round." And I tell you what, it's one of the best 50 quids I've ever spent. That, and most of the animals use it every night, and it's brilliant. Well, especially in summer. So anyway, right, I'm definitely going. So I shall see you later. I'm having my tea. See you later.